Hello, and welcome to Shedding the Bitch Radio, where you can discuss, debate, and get advice on how to discover and shed the bitches of fear, insecurity, self-doubt, and negative mindsets so you can realize your dreams and life purpose and create and accelerate the riches you want in life. Join us here live every Tuesday at noon Eastern and dialogue with us at 818-572-2910. You can also chat with us at Blog Talk Radio /SheddingTheBitch or share your stories on our website at sheddingthebitch.com. Whatever the bitch is that's holding you back from living your life to the fullest, it's not worth giving up the riches in life that you deserve. So call in now and let Bernadette Bose know what's holding you back. 818-572-2910.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Shedding the Bitch Radio. And yes, I'm Bernadette Bose with Ball of Fire Coaching. How are you today? I am so excited about today's conversation because who couldn't use getting productive? And not only productive in kind of your work day, but your work environment. And who wouldn't want to kind of establish an environment that is stimulating and gets you really focused and removes all the distractions and puts you in a really, whatever state of mind you want to be in, whether that's kind of excited or just peaceful. That's going to be our conversation today, is how you can maximize your productivity by enhancing your environment. But before we get there and before we introduce our guests, I just want to thank our new and ongoing listeners and viewers, because we broadcast both on any of your streaming services that you get for your podcast, as well as on Shedding the Bitch TV on YouTube and Shedding the Bitch, our Facebook page. So be sure to check out all of those and like, know, trust, subscribe, follow, comment, and let us know, which you do, which is fabulous. Let us know what topics and experts you would love to hear from, because we really do want to address the top of mind issues that you're dealing with each and every day in your work and life. And that's what Shedding the Bitch is all about. So thank you so much for following us and subscribing and commenting and sharing us with your own networks. That's the way we're going to just continue to grow and get into more homes, more ears, and you name it. So thank you so much for all of that. And then I also want to thank our ongoing sponsor, North Georgia Tax Solutions. Debbie Snelling and her team provide full service financial and tax services to small to corporate sized clients all around the country, not just North Georgia. And she and her team are absolutely fabulous if you need anything financial or anything tax related, as well individual, meaning personal, as well as your business. All right. So please go to ngtaxsolutions.com and learn all about her and her team, and reach out to her and say hi for me if you would. All right. But today's subject I'm so excited about, because like I said, who couldn't afford to maximize their productivity so they can get more work done or more life done, because that's what we want too, right? So did you know that over 98% of the most highly engaged employees say their workplace helps them feel a sense of belonging to their company and its culture? Yes, our business environments have changed drastically since working from home, and that has more so imposed on us as opposed to us openly welcoming it. And researches from environmental psychology shows that transactions and interrelationships between people and their physical surroundings, demonstrating how and why our environment impacts our state, which is thinking, feeling, and behaving, is so critical right now, is to really understand what is it going to take for you to produce and be as active in the workplace and at home as possible. To thrive in their jobs, career, and life, your leaders, managers, and employees need to have a working environment who is going to support them, not hinder them. And so in this session, you will discover Claire's, our guest, own Boscq creation, a blend of the ancient feng shui don't know why I can't talk today. Feng Shui principles with the modern business needs to optimize workplaces and home offices. Balanced, healthy, and harmonious environments mean happy, creative, confident workforces who feel good in themselves, strive to deliver exceptional customer experiences, and are working toward increasing profitability. And isn't that what we all want in our businesses and in our lives? So what Claire and I would like you to really pay attention to and think about is how you can make simple but powerful changes in your environment to maximize your productivity without having to cost you anything. And then how to boost confidence, focus, and drive, enhancing a positive mindset and a peace of mind. Lastly, how you can achieve a healthy work-life balance to increase happiness, conduce greater creativity, and optimize performances. All right, but who is this fabulous Claire I've been talking about? Well, she's been awarded number 3 top global customer service guru with 3 decades of expertise. Claire is an authority in the customer experience industry. She's author of 3 books with a number 1 Amazon bestseller in 2020. She is an international media influencer, and her work has been published with Brazil, the Philippines, India, US, and in Europe. Claire has spoken in over 20 countries, sharing virtual stages with CX celebrities like Ron Kaufman and Shep Hyken. Winner of the Institute of Director Award, she is also a former director on the board of BAG and MSPA, MISTA. She brings a more holistic and comprehensive approach to organizations and individuals with her new BizSui method, creating better flow in home offices and workspaces by integrating a blend of the traditional Feng Shui principles. I know I'm saying that wrong this whole time, and she's going to correct me. I'm just saying. With modern business needs, reducing physical and emotional stresses to increase productivity, loyalty, and profitability. Now, when she isn't in a Zoom room or on StreamYard, you will find her walking on the coast of her beautiful island of Jersey. How are you? How are you, Claire?
Hello. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for that introduction. And I don't think you kept going, didn't you?
Well, I'm looking at it going, I could really pare this down, but I really want everyone to really understand who you are because it's fabulous who you are. But first tell us, because we can certainly hear an accent very quickly in your voice, but where is Jersey exactly? Because I know a Jersey, but it's not where I think you're talking.
It's not that one, no. So yes, you can hear a little accent, and this is French. So I'm French originally, but I have been traveling around quite a bit between different islands, between France, America. I went to work for Disney World for a year as well, and so I have, been away now abroad from France more than what I lived there. So it's quite powerful now, isn't it?
Right.
And Jersey is actually a little island between France and England.
Oh.
And that's why I walk around, and during that pandemic, there was just the best place to be in lockdown because we were just such a beautiful, beautiful island. We were very, very lucky to be here.
Yes. Oh, I don't, because I was very grateful I had just my backyard, but I have a beautiful backyard because if you're going to be locked in your house, you might as well have some beautiful scenery to look at. So that's fabulous. I love that. And I was trying to pick up, because we've talked before, I've been trying to pick up that accent, and you're right. It's a mix of a number of things, which is actually what makes it so kind of beautiful. Yeah. So I love this subject, even though I don't ever know how to pronounce it, and I don't know why. It must be the Philly in me. I don't know. But before we get into that and the whole productivity conversation we want to have for everybody, share a little bit about you and your background and your being.
Sure. So I mean, my dad had a restaurant, you see, so I kind of grew up in that environment, and I guess you either love it or hate it, right? That hospitality environment. And I just loved the interaction with people. I loved watching people having fun, coming back, and all that kind of things. And So I kind of went into that path, did my catering school. Like I said, I traveled around quite a bit. I went to Disney World for a whole year, which was incredible. And I guess that year was probably a bit of a trigger because it was the first time that I really experienced what customer experience really meant in every possible level.
At Disney World?
At Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay, from the minute we got interviewed to when we arrived, the length of the nails that we had to have, the size of our shoes, what does employee experience? We couldn't get into the park until we actually had our Mickey Mouse University. Never ever would have an employee or a cast member would have gone onto a park and answered the questions without having being trained. And now you see that all the time. You just start a new job, off you go, and they threw you into the deep fryer with customers, and they don't know anything. Poor little employees, you know. So you can see that so much happening, so much.
Right.
So it was a great kind of learning, and I continued in that path. And I was running hotels for probably 10 years here in Jersey, until I saw a little gap on the market on the island, and I started doing a mystery shopping company.
Nice.
So mystery shopping. Yeah. So have you heard of mystery shopping?
I did. I'm from retail, and I'm an ex-buyer, and I would have to go in and be a mystery shopper myself into our competitors and into our own stores.
Right.
Yeah.
So totally. So mystery shopping is measuring that customer service, whether you're online, offline, whether you're in a retail environment or hospitality. So I did that for 12 years, and it kind of grew from just the mystery shopping to customer experience, a lot of training in there. I'm very keen on training, as you can tell, looking at the employee experience, all the steps, how do we really look after our customers? And started doing quite a few keynote presentation abroad and, traveling in quite different countries, hence, why I've done quite a bit of work in the Philippines and in India and in these kind of countries, which has been beautiful time until March 2020, right?
And all hell broke loose.
Absolutely, that's one way to say it, right? So, and I guess, at the time, a lot of businesses obviously were firefighting against everything, and customer service, I guess, was probably the last thing in their mind. And it's been a challenge, I've lost all my business in 3 days, and it was quite a reevaluating time, what am I doing, where am I going? And it was really kind of, I'm a single mom with 2 children, so I kind of, had that kind of responsibility. And so it was certainly a place to think, right, what am I doing now? How can I help people? Because this is I really want to help people. This is what I do. And when I couldn't do that, I was like so sad because I couldn't actually help.
Right.
And it's crazy. And so a few months later, I did write a book on mystery shopping, The Secret Diary of a Mystery Shopper. I did do quite a few gigs here and there across the world. Suddenly, so many windows opened, that big front door closed, but all those little windows open.
Absolutely.
And in February, I kind of decided, or I've kind of been told that I was on the right path and I should be doing what I'm hiding. And this is where the Feng Shui starts. This is where the whole story starts with the Feng Shui.
Wow. Thank you for correcting my lovely...
So it's actually the way you say that, it's more the way I'm saying it, but with a French accent. And I know American would more say Feng Shui.
Oh, right.
The Feng Shui. But there's 200 different dialects in China. So we'll say the way we want it. There'll be somebody in China saying exactly the same way as us. Well, we're good.
Yeah.
Whatever way we say it.
Right. So what was the element of that practice or of that method that you liked, that you said, well, I can adapt this for potentially making, establishing a business and making money at it? So what was it about it that kind of drew you in after all the years of customer service type of experience that you've had?
Yeah, so throughout the years, I kind of discovered Feng Shui probably about 10 years ago now, So I got bumped into a book, somebody mentioned it, so I bought a couple of books, I wasn't too sure, and then I bought another one, and I was just like, oh, that was it. It was like I was obsessed. I was like a real obsessed woman. I just like moved everything, shifted everything, decluttered everything, and suddenly my business just went, completely. It was just incredible within a few weeks of doing all those changes, how my business changed. So I continue learning, and then I got a master. So I kind of learned through, my coach, and then I learned different schools, so I was doing that as a passion. And when I talk to clients, I could mention perhaps environment psychology, because I didn't want to think people, think I've gone a bit too woo-woo. Right. When you start talking about Feng Shui, it's just go, oh yeah, Claire's gone.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And so, a few months ago, when I kind of got told I really kind of needed to bring that, now is the time that everybody needs some support working from home. Now is the time that, you need to be able to create an environment who's going to support you. So I realized that all those techniques that I was hiding were actually the things that, if you have an environment that supports you, you feel good. You're going to be feeling good in yourself, right? You're going to have good thinking. And when you do that, you're going to give great customer experience, right? It's just very simple, right? You feel good in your environment, you feel good in yourself, so you're going to give great service.
Right.
And so it's taken me a little bit of time to take all those little ideas in my head and actually put it in something that people would understand. But now this is where it all started. And that's where the Boscq Shui, the method that you talked about, was created to really kind of mix the customer experience with the people. And how do we keep our people feeling good? How do we keep them, their well-being, their wellness is so important. So if they feel good, they will deliver that great service. It really does make sense, doesn't it? It
is. It's so simple and logical that it makes people illogical. I'm telling you. Thank God you're there for them. But it's so simple and logical. And, and everybody says, oh, well, your people are your greatest assets. And yet they don't necessarily give them what you're offering to kind of provide a method around to ensure that they are indeed your best assets to help build profit and, build your business. And yet, absolutely. Now, I know many people out there, including myself, I will admit, will, think about Feng Shui and be like, well, that's about furniture, like pointing your furniture in a certain direction to move energy around. And yet that's not necessarily the case.
Well, it's a part of it, which will be part of that, but it certainly is a little part of it, in the much bigger scales. And the core things, like you said, it's energy, right?
Right.
So energy, we need to have good energy floating around, moving around, all around us, so we can really feel good. So when you're walking in somewhere and the windows hasn't been open for a couple of days, you kind of like that smell, you kind of think, oh, I don't really want to be here. Oh, let me just get out, right? So we need to create good energy around us so we can start feeling good. And when a very simple thing is open your window, open your doors, right? On a daily basis, you come, you get to work, you open everything, you let the air in, change that chi, and then you start feeling, you can start moving forward. But then you need to look at things like decluttering, because clutter is bad chi, because when it's clutter everywhere, the energy can't get out, can't move around,
Wow. It's like blocks.
Exactly. And so when you have blocks, and it's the same internal blocks, when you have internal blocks because maybe you have a fear or something, you can't perform, right?
Right.
And it's the same with those blocks outside. So it could be clutter in your wardrobe, which is what people think about, most of the time when you think about clutter. But it could be clutter in your filing cabinet. When is the last time you've opened up your filing cabinet and you look at clients that haven't been with you for 5, 10 years?
But maybe they will. But maybe one day they will.
Well, it's that pair of jeans that maybe one day you're going to wear it, right?
I have one of those pairs, Claire. I have one from 12 years ago. I'm still hoping to fit in. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen.
And the thing is as well, when you declutter, right, it just gives space for other opportunities to come. And that's what we want, We want to kind of give that space, give that energy, so you can have new clients coming in, so you can buy another pair of beautiful jeans which you're going to fit in and you're going to feel good in yourself and that kind of thing. You're going to declutter your computer. I mean, I've seen some desktop. I have palpitations with files all over. How can you be productive like that?
Right.
When your computer has got not enough space in its memory, it's going to start slowing down, and you can't find anything, right? So this is clutter.
Right.
Pure clutter.
Right.
So I have a challenge for your audience and for you as well.
Yeah. Give it to me. I need a challenge.
Are you ready? My
Yes.
challenge today, just first of all, tell me, is 9 minutes a lot?
No.
9 minutes is nothing, right?
Nope.
Absolutely nothing. You can't even do something in 9 minutes, really, can you? So today, my challenge for you is for the next 9 days to put in your diary a 9 minutes block, so you declutter for 9 minutes for the next 9 days. Can you do that?
I love that.
Right?
Love
Simple.
it.
Okay? You can do one drawer one day, you can do one filing cabinet one day, you can do your desktop the next day, you can do your makeup the next day, right?
Right.
Very, very simple, just 9 minutes.
Right.
You are going to see the energy shifting just in doing that. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And so the tips for that, okay, you got a piece of paper and a pen now?
I'm taking notes.
Okay. First of all, you've got 3 questions to ask yourself, because it's very emotional clutter, right? You're keeping things because perhaps you want to fit in those pair of jeans again. You're keeping things because somebody's giving them to you, and although you don't really like it, it was somebody's gift, so you feel a bit guilty, right? So 3 questions to ask. Do I love it? Do I love that painting? Do I love that pair of jeans? Do I need it? So your insurance paper, you're probably going to need to keep it, right?
Right.
But the clients have not been here for 10 years, maybe you can just, put them aside and get rid of them to leave the space for somebody else.
Right.
And do you use it? So that's 3 questions you need to ask yourself. Do I love it? Do I need it? Do I use it?
Nice.
Once doing that, you will really you can get over that, get past that. Oh, maybe I should keep that just in case. Or maybe do I really love that? I don't really love it. Really, I never use it anyway, and I don't really need it. So that really helps you to kind of move forward in those questions. So do that and see how much energy you can shift by just asking yourself those three questions, and do the 9 minutes.
Right.
So cool.
Love it. And do you have a name for this challenge? Because I am, listeners, beware. I am going to use this as a challenge for you via Claire.
Yes.
And I'm going to be posting, kind of checkpoints for
Right.
you all through 9 days following when this, show broadcasts. And let's do it together, and let's talk about it, and let's express
It'd be really good. So take a photo first. So today, take a photo, and then you can start doing the next day. So you take the photo, the place or the environment where you're going to do the decluttering, and then you can take a photo at the end, and then you can see the difference as well. You know, you can even pose yourself a little and just, stay in the place, how it feels, and do the same at the end and see how it feels when you've managed to do all those things.
Love
so
it.
It's a 9x9 challenge.
9x9
challenge.
Awesome. We're doing it, Shedding the Bitch community. We're doing it, and we're going to bring in Claire via on Facebook and Twitter. So get ready. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, what would you say are the common mistakes people make when it does come to kind of organizing their environment, and they're thinking it's helping when it might not be?
Yeah, so we talk a lot about obviously working from home. This has been a massive challenge, and people working from their kitchen table, people working from their bedside cabinets, those kind of things are really kind of crucial. So if you can at all avoid the bedroom, do that, because your bedroom is your sanctuary. You need to be able to have some rest. You need to be able to recharge your batteries. And this is really where we want to keep the bedroom where it is, without too much EMS, electronic magnetic field, without too much television, without too much exercise bikes. So keep all that out of the bedroom and try to find a space outside of your bedroom. And if it is, for example, a kitchen table, create your day, create a habit. Have a box or have a basket. So every morning when you arrive at work in your kitchen table, you will go and make yourself a coffee. Then you go into the living room, you drink your coffee, you come back, you have your box, you take your computer out, your pens out, you start the day. And the same at the end of the night, you will close everything. You actually physically finishing your day. And it's what's been happening. So many people are working from home until 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, emails beeping everywhere. And you can't find that work-life balance. People are exhausted.
Right.
Because they are not claiming that space.
Yeah. And that's so vital, because people, especially before the pandemic, people were like, oh my God, it'd be awesome to work from home. Mm-hmm. And I'd always be, because I've worked from home for probably 20 some odd years, even in corporate. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, don't, be careful what you wish for. Mm-hmm. Because when all of a sudden that computer's there all the time, and that, and it's bad enough we have our cell phones all the time, all of a sudden you're like, instead of working 9 to 5, or say you work 9 to 6, you're working 9 to 9. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you're feeling, exhausted and stressed and overwhelmed. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Creating those spaces is what you're, talking about, right?
Yeah. And, you say that as well. I've got a lot of people, I've been working like you, I've been working from home for a long time. And before the pandemic, people were saying, oh, I couldn't work from home because I'll be in my pajamas all day. And I've never done that. I get up in the morning, I do my exercise, I go for my walk, and then I get, the house ready, I'll get the kids ready, then I'll get to the office, I'm dressed, I'm ready. This is powerful. And again, if you're wearing a shirt and a pajamas down below, you're still in your pajamas, right? So your whole attitude, remember how you feel, how you think, and how you behave, they all affect each other. So if your behavior is to be wearing your pajamas, your thinking is like, well, it's a pajama day anyway.
Right.
You don't feel like working, are you? You're going to be procrastinating all day. So we need to really be careful on how we are, working from home, and all the things around us are making us be more productive, be part of it, and be positive as we should be, really.
Right. Now, I must admit, and is there anything wrong with the fact that I do get dressed? And granted, I do a lot, online, so I have to be made up and everything like that. But I won't put on like high heels. Like I won't go the whole extent. Is that okay?
I'll give you that one. When I do, and it's a funny kind of, it's a funny thing, but when I do a keynote or when I've got a pitch with a client, I will wear my heels, for somehow I just feel like I'm in the room with them, and so you kind of, but yes. So one thing that you could actually do, and we're talking about feet, and we're talking about, so we need to also ground ourselves, and again, working from home with all those electronic devices here, there, and everywhere, we need to keep, our feet grounded. So something that, I haven't got one, but a friend of mine who's a Feng Shui practitioner, she has a grounding mat under her desk, and it's just so she puts her feet in it, and it just takes the EMF out, and it just keeps her grounded during the time that she's here. So those are the kind of things. So things like little crystals, you could be having crystals around your room to kind of reduce those ohms that are coming at you all day long, those radiation that we have.
Right.
So keep some things like this is shungite crystal. You may have heard of that.
Okay.
You can keep that near your computer, and that will kind of reduce that daily kind of attack from all the radiation that we have, because we think it's Wi-Fi, but it's everything: the plugs, the lights, the televisions, the games, the phones. Everything is attacking us. So we need to be sure that we kind of grounding ourselves in places, so we kind of reducing that and those invisible attacks, really.
Right. All right. So could you repeat the name of that mat you were talking about? What was that kind of mat?
Grounding. So as you're grounding yourself.
Okay. And then what was the name of that stone?
So shungite. This is shungite crystal. And this one is called inagi crystal. So this is kind of a very little special crystal. This is like a master crystal. It's got some, it's got like inside, I forgot the name of what's inside. When you've got magnets.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So it's been created specially to actually suck in the energy and also help you with getting whatever you want out there. So it's kind of a very special crystal. And they come from Netherlands, Amsterdam. Yes.
Okay.
So and they're called inagi. So again, if you're looking for something a bit special, those are, get in touch, and then I can give you the link if you want. But those kind of simple things like that can really help you keeping yourself grounded, not, through the subconscious, through the things that come and you don't realize it's there.
Right. Absolutely. And everyone, to her point, if you do have questions in regards to what would she recommend you get, like the mat or these stones or crystals, then, check out the link below, Boscq-Scott.com, and reach out to her directly. And, let her guide you as to how you can create the perfect work environment for yourself and home environment. So what if you, because you had mentioned don't kind of leave the bedroom as the bedroom and that kind of thing. And I do believe I've never had a TV in my bedroom ever, because it's just too noisy and distracting, and I don't need to be watching TV when I'm laying in bed. However, there's many of us, including myself, but there's many people out there who live in efficiencies like in New York, or they live in a large room that is made up of both, areas of bedroom, living room, office space, and whatnot. What do you recommend in regards to, helping them kind of, separate those spaces and create this, very productive, very supportive environment?
So harmony is a big thing, and in Chinese, all those Feng Shui principle comes from that, really. One of the basics of Feng Shui is the Chinese couldn't sleep outside. They knew that they would get eaten by, in the middle of the night if they did, right? So they had to build a house, but they wanted to bring nature from the outside inside. And so one of the big elements, one of the big principles is the five elements of nature. So you have water. Water feeds wood. Wood feeds fire. Fire feeds earth. And earth feeds metal. And metal feeds water. And so once you're looking at your environment to create harmony within your environment, whether you're in the office space or whether you're at home, look at your environment around you, and do you have some of the five elements? So a little bit of the five elements will help you creating those spaces. If you have, for example, I've seen some rooms with red walls everywhere and a red sofa, and you're like, oh, you wouldn't be able to rest, right? Because you'll be on fire all the time. You'll be like that yang energy, woo! So you would need to draw that. You would need to calm all that fire element, and possibly one of the things that stop the fire is earth, right? If you put some soil on fire, it will go down completely.
Right.
And you have also water. So water, calm things down, but the earth exterminates the fire, right? So depending on what you need and depending on how is your environment, you can utilize the five elements to create better harmony and to move that energy from one room to the other so it feels right. And so, like you said, the bedroom is a place of calm and rest, so we want to have a bit more yin energy in the bedroom. You want that calmer energy, you want that nourishing time. Where you're in the kitchen, your kitchen needs to be a bit more yang energy, right? You need to have a little bit more fire in there. You've got the fire, you're cooking, you're nurturing your family, you're eating, and kitchenware is a very important part of in the Chinese, because people who actually had kitchens and could actually feed their families were rich people. And that's where all the prosperity comes from. So we always say, look in your kitchen, look at your stove, clean your stove, look at your oven, clean your oven, make sure that all those fire elements are really kind of here, ready to bring you prosperity.
Right. Love that. Love that. Love that. And you can even tell, speaking of environments, I have skylights above me, and I have this fan that's on. So especially at this hour of the morning, it shifts. So if you're seeing all of a sudden looks like I have something rotating in my face, that's what it's all about. And, it's a beautiful thing, though, because at least it brings in so much light. But there's at certain times that it definitely illuminates. So what if someone really wanted to get into almost like get triggered into wanting to devote themselves into this practice, into this feng shui, biz shui for you? What's the first or second thing that they could be doing other than reaching out to Claire and telling her help you do that? And her information is below, so definitely don't go it alone.
No.
Don't go it alone. Definitely reach out to Claire, because obviously she knows exactly what it is that you could be doing. But let's leave them with a tip or two as far as what they could be doing.
So first one, really big one, is that decluttering challenge. So we're on a challenge. We're doing it here. 9 days. That's your kickstart. Absolutely kickstart, right?
Yeah.
The second day, so the second time when you've decluttered and things start feeling that they're shifted, then you can start adding things. So you can start by one of the very, very simple things that I do, especially in a business environment, is you're going to stand by your door, your office door, or your living room, wherever you want to change. And I want you to use your five senses, right?
Okay.
At that door, what can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste and touch? How does it feel when you're standing at that door?
Right.
And then you can start doing things. So, for example, you're looking at your walls, and it's really not inspiring. Well, if you're in your office, you want some inspiring pictures, right? You want to create a vision board who's going to inspire you, and you're going to be, I don't know, maybe on stage, or you're going to be earning so much money, you're going to be driving that car that you love, or whatever it is. Inspire, get your eyes connected. Use diffusers. I mean, I use essential oils with diffusers. This one is tangerine. Oh, tangerine essential oil.
Oh.
It looks beautiful. It opens up your creative mind. It connects on an emotional level. The 5 senses are drivers, direct drivers for your emotions. So once you start putting the emotions into your office, into your space, into your bedroom, this is when you start getting the feng shui working. This is when energy start going.
Right.
And you feel good, the more you're going to do, because, you know, it becomes a lifestyle, and that's what, you know, it's about. It really is about feng shui not being, oh, we're going to do, you know, a couple of things and then that'll be it. You've become so passionate about it, and you start looking at things, you start changing little things, tweaking this, adding this, smelling a new essential oil, trying something new to see how much better can you feel every day. And, you know, that is just the beauty of the feng shui, which, you know, a lot of the time, like I said, right at the beginning, people have a perception of feng shui, it's about moving the furniture, which there is an element of moving the furniture. Of course there is, but it's a lot more deeper. How can we align the energy of your furniture, of your environment with your own energy? And this is when the magic starts happening. You know, those feelings, those sensations, those emotions start triggering, and you start living a better life. You start really feeling much better in yourself, be more productive, be happier, being with people, giving great service. And, you know, that's what we all want, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. We all want. And I'll tell you what, everyone, I would just be going to Boscq.com and getting in touch with her just for her energy. For her spirit and her energy. I mean, oh my gosh. I'm going to get off this call and I'm just going to be like, woohoo! Now. And I'm going to be getting up and actually like fixing one of my drawers and kick-starting that 9-minute a day type of challenge. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. So is there, in the last couple of minutes, is there anything else that you would really like to ensure that our listeners and viewers either understand or, you know, that they, you know, kind of get more clarity around? Anything that you would want to be sure that we make sure we don't come off of this and not cover it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple. So the commanding position is a big one, but perhaps we can talk about that and another time, or another, you know, come and ask me about this. But one of the big thing is remember your front door is the mouth of the she, right? So whether it's your office door or whether it's your home door, this is when you open the door, this is where the energy goes. And so you want to really look after your front door. Give your front door a bit of TLC. Give your front door a good rub, you know, clean it up, you know, put a bit of essential oils, a bit of rosemary or sage on it, and really kind of give it a good rub. You make it nice and clean. Welcome that great energy. You know, sweep the floor in front, you know, make sure that you can see, and we can see the path to your door. We can really kind of see, you know, if people are coming for your business and they can't find the front door, well, they're never going to walk into your business, right? So, you know, take good care of your front door. There's loads of little things that you can be doing to make your front door welcoming. Make people feel as if they were walking through their own door and they were feeling so good that they don't want to go anywhere else. So a bit of TLC for your front door. Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. All right, but okay, so now you have me intrigued, and about the command position. So you need to get into it because I need to know what that is.
Do we have time? Yeah. Okay, so you know, I said the Chinese were very clever at the time. They knew very much what was going on. So when they were building those houses and they wanted to bring nature inside, they build a house with the mountain at the back, so they get protected from the winds and the rain, and then they have the view in front of them. And on the side, they had trees, so kind of protecting them on the side, so from the winds on each side. So this was the commanding position. And when you're looking at this position, you will feel so much better. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a director of a CEO of a football 500 with his desk and his face against the wall? Have you? You've never seen that, right? Oh, you haven't. Of course, they've got their desk. They can see who comes in through the front, the door. They can see the whole office. They're in control, right?
Right.
They're in control, and that's what you want to do. So whether it's your sofa, whether it's even your oven, whether it's your bed, whether it's your desk, you need to have a wall behind you which is going to protect you, and then you need to be able to see what's going on, see the door, so you know that no one's going to come and kill you in the middle of the night, and your body can rest. Because our body, all our body does is try to keep us safe, okay? Right? You know that, right? So all day long, you're like kind of jumping here and there because our body's saying, oh, somebody's trying to attack you. So if you have your desk and you can't see who's coming through the door at the back, again, your body's going to be jumping subconsciously without always trying to protect you. So move your desk around and get into that position so you are in control and you can see what's going on around you.
Yeah. Isn't that something from The Godfather too? Is they never sit with their back to the door because they don't see the person coming in to kill them? Absolutely.
This is right.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And I love that and I love the name of it, the command position. Right. Just automatically, I almost like went into Superwoman pose, you know, like command position. I love it. Well, this has been absolutely awesome, Claire. I am so grateful for, just how much you provided us in this discussion in regards to just what we could be doing to get started to maximize our productivity and our focus and just really our energy. So everyone, I want you to reach out to Claire, Boscq-Scott.com. Be sure to learn more about her, what she does, and how she can really support you in getting out of the overwhelm, getting out of the stress of whether it's working from home or maybe your place is cluttered or maybe you just need, you want to breathe. Yeah, you want to breathe and you want to, feel your energy flowing and you find ways to kind of like let that go. Definitely reach out to Claire, Boscq-Scott.com. And trust me when I say community, we will be doing the 9-day, 9-minute decluttering challenge, 9 by 9.
9 by 9.
And we're going to be tagging Claire and bringing her into it so we can all kind of support each other and really kind of freeing our spaces up and making them as productive as possible.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Claire. I appreciate it sincerely. And for everyone, please, let me just do a little bit of this. For everyone, please check her out, ClaireBoscq.com. Also, go out to any one of your streaming services where you get your podcast and like, follow, subscribe, rate Shedding the Bitch Radio and what it is that we're doing here so we can get some more eyes and ears just like yours onto the program. But at the same time, we'd love to hear your tips and your recommendations for topics and experts just like Claire. So be sure to go out to any one of your streaming services, especially blogtalkradio.com/Shedding the Bitch Radio, Apple Podcasts, Shedding the Bitch TV on YouTube, or Shedding the Bitch on Facebook. And for everyone here within the Shedding the Bitch community, thank you so much for being part of today and our discussion regarding maximizing your productivity. And we'll be right back here next Tuesday at noon Eastern Time for another episode of Shedding the Bitch Radio. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Claire.
Thank you for listening to Shedding the Bitch Radio with Bernadette Bose. Join Bernadette every Tuesday at noon Eastern as she helps you shift your bitches to riches. And the dialogue is always going on at sheddingthebitch.com. See you next week.